Good morning students, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we will discuss the new chapter, that is unitary method. We will discuss today the unitary method. This is the first session of your this chapter, and we have picked up some questions for your first exercise. So let's start. So the method is named as unitary method. Uni means one. Here uni means one, that means single. So in this method, it is a method where we will first calculate the value of single digit or unit digit. In this method, we will first calculate the value of single digit or unit digit, and then we will calculate the required value. That means, suppose the question is that 5 pen cost rupees 10. This is the information given to you, that 5 pen cost rupees 10. This is the information, and you are required to calculate the cost of, suppose, 20 pence. You are required to calculate the cost of 20 pence. So what will you do in unitary method? First write cost of 5 pen is rupees 10, and we have to find the cost of 20 pence. So in this case, we will first calculate the cost of 1 pen. Because this is the unitary method, and unitary method we will calculate first the value of single digit or unit digit, that means value of 1, unit means 1, and then we will calculate the required value, that means the required value here is 20 pen, cost of 20 pen, that is the required value. So first we will calculate the cost of 1 pen, and then we will calculate the cost of 20 pence. Clear? So cost of 5 pen if rupees 20, so cost of 1 pen will be, what is the cost of 1 pen? If 5 pen cost rupees 10, so cost of 1 pen will be lower than rupees 10. That means it will be divide 10 by 5, that means rupees 2. So cost of 1 pen if rupees 2, so cost of 20 pen will be 2 into 20, therefore will be 40 rupees. That means cost of 20 pen will be rupees 40. So initially cost of 5 pen was rupees 10, cost of 1 pen will be lower than 10, that means 10 by 5 equal to rupees 2. And then cost of 20 pen, if cost of 1 pen is rupees 2, so cost of 20 pen, that means number of pen increases from 1 to 20, so cost will also increase. If cost increases, so it will multiply, so 2 into 20, that means 40 rupees. Always remember, if number of items, number of product increases, cost will also increase. So if it increases, we will multiply. Clear? And if it decreases, we will divide. Clear? If the cost, if the number of items, number of products, if it will increase, then cost will also increase. So if cost increases, then we will multiply. And if it decreases, suppose number of product decreases, so cost will also decrease, and if it decreases, we will divide. So increase will lead to multiply, and decrease will lead to divide. Clear? And first we will calculate the value of single digit or unit digit, then we will calculate the value of the required digit. That is the unitary method. Clear? So it's very easy. So let's start for question number 1. Question number 1. First question. Question number 1. So it says the price of 25 identical article is rupees 1750. Find the price of one article and then 13 articles. So we have to find out first the price of one article, then we will first find the price of 13 articles. So 25 identical articles cost rupees 1750. So write the statement that price of 25 articles is equal to rupees 1750. So we have to find out first the cost of one article. So one article means, therefore we will write price of one article. Now see, initially cost of 25 article is rupees 1750. So cost of one article means number of article decreases from 25 to 1, number of article decreases, so cost will also decrease. That means if decreases, it will divide. So 1750 divided by 25. Now reduce, 5 5s are 25, equal to rupees 70. So price of one article is rupees 70. Clear? Next, this is the part 1. Therefore just write, therefore answer is price of one article equal to rupees 70. Next we have to find out cost of 13 articles. So to find out cost of 13 article, we will first find the price of one article, then we will find for the price of 13 articles, because this is the unitary method. You have to first calculate, or you have to first see the price of one article. That means you have to calculate the value of single digit or unit digit, then you will calculate the value of the required digit. Clear? So again write, this is the part 2. Price of 25 articles equal to rupees 1750. Therefore again same, price of one article, so number of article decreases from 25 to 1. If decreases, it will divide, so 1750 by 25. Therefore price of 13 article. Now see, price of one article is this, and number of article now is 13. That means number of article increases. Number of article increases from 1 to 13. From 1 to 13. That means number of article increases, so it will multiply. Increases means multiply. Therefore it will be 1750 into 30 by 25. Now see, 1750 divided by 25 gives you 70. That means if you reduce direct, it will give you 70. Then 7 into 13, that means 910. Clear? Therefore price of 13 article is rupees 910. Therefore just write price of 13 articles equal to rupees 910. That is your answer. Yeah? That is the process of unitary method. Next, question number 4. Question number 4. Question number 4 says the cost of 35 envelopes is rupees 105. How many envelopes can be bought for rupees 90? That means you have rupees 105, and with this rupees you can calculate, you can buy 35 envelopes. For rupees 105 you can buy 35 envelopes. Now you have rupees 90, so how many envelopes you can buy? That is the question. So you have to calculate the number of envelopes. See, you have to calculate the number of envelopes with rupees 90. So you have to you will calculate number of envelopes with rupees 90. First you will calculate the cost of one envelope. You have to first calculate the cost of one envelope. That means one envelope will cost you how much. Then you will calculate, if you have rupees 90, so how many envelopes you can calculate. So cost of 35 envelope is rupees 105. So you will write the statement like this: with rupees 105 envelopes, just write from here, with rupees 105 number of envelopes can buy equal to 35. With 105 rupees number of envelopes can buy equal to 35. Therefore with rupees 1 number of envelopes can buy 35 by 105, because see, initially if you have rupees 105 you can buy 35 envelopes. Now you have rupees 1, that means from 105 to 1, so you can buy less than 35 number of envelopes, because if you have 105 rupees you can buy 35 envelopes. Now you have rupees 1 only, so naturally you cannot buy 35 envelopes. You will buy less than 35 envelopes. So if it is less than 35, so it will divide from 105. The amount of money now decreases from 105 to 1. So number of envelopes will also decrease. So if it decreases, it will divide. See, 105 it is divided. Now you have rupees 90. So how many envelopes you can buy? That is the question. Therefore with rupees 90 number of envelopes can buy. Now see, from if you have rupees 1 you can buy this number of envelopes, that means 35 by 105. Now you have rupees 90, so amount of money increases from 1 to rupees 90. So if with rupees 1 if you can buy 35 by 105 envelopes, now with rupees 90 you can buy more number of envelopes, because amount of money increases from 1 to rupees 90. Therefore more number of envelopes you can buy, so it will be multiplied. More means multiplied. That means 35 by 105 into 90. Clear? Now reduce. Therefore, you can buy 30 envelopes. So just write 30 envelopes can be bought for rupees 90. That is the answer. Next, question number 6. Question number 6. Question number 6 is, for rupees 378, 9 cans of juice can be bought. How many cans of juice can be bought for rupees 504? So you have rupees 378, and with rupees 378 you can buy 9 cans of juice. Now you have rupees 504, so how many cans of juice you can buy? That is the question. So first we will calculate the cost of 1 can. That means cost of 1 can is how much. Then we will calculate, if we have rupees 504, so how many cans we can calculate, because this is the unitary method. So we will first calculate the value of 1 or single digit, then we will calculate the value of required digit. That is the unitary method. So how many cans of juice can be bought? That is the question. So for rupees 378 we can buy 9 cans. That means 9 cans cost rupees 378. Clear? So just write, for rupees 378, number of cans buy equal to 9. That means if you have rupees 1, for rupees 1 you can buy number of cans 9 by 378, because amount of money decreases from rupees 378 to rupees 1. Therefore number of cans should also decrease. Decrease means divide, so it is divided. Now you have rupees 504. You have rupees 504. Now amount of money increases from 1 to 504. Amount of money increases from 1 to 504. So if you have rupees 504 now, you can buy more number of cans, and that means it will multiply. More means multiply. That means 9 by 378 into 504. Now calculate. Reduce it with 9. 9 ones are 9. 9 fours are 36. 1 8. 9 twos are 18. 42. Next, reduce it by 2. 221. 252. Reduce it by 3. 3 sevens are 21. 84. 7 12s are 84. That means your answer is 12. So you can buy 12 number of cans. Your right answer, 12 cans. 12 cans of juice can be bought for rupees 504. So 12 cans of juice you can buy if you have rupees 504. Next, question number 7. Question number 7 is, a motorbike travels 425 km in 5 hours. How much distance will it cover in 3.2 hours? So a motorbike travels 425 km in 5 hours. We have to calculate how much distance it will cover in 3.2 hours. Now see, in 5 hours the motorbike travels 425 km. So in 3.2 hour it will travel less than 425 km, because 5 hours it travels 425 km. Now the time decreases from 5 hours to 3.2 hours. So distance, that means journey, will also decrease, because it travels in 5 hours 425 km. So in 3.2 hours naturally it will cover less than 425 km, because time decreases from 5 hours to 3.2 hours. So length of journey will also decrease. But here we will first find how much distance the motorbike can travel in 1 hour. Then we will calculate how much distance it will cover in 3.2 hours. Because it is a unitary method, so we need to calculate first the length of journey or distance it travels in 1 hour. Then we will calculate the distance it will cover in 3.2 hours. Clear? So just write, in 5 hours distance travel equal to 425 kilometer. 425 kilometer. So in 1 hour it will cover less than 425 kilometers. So if in 5 hours it travels 425 kilometers, so in 1 hour it will travel less than 425, because time decreases from 5 hours to 1 hour. So if time decreases, distance will also decrease. That means it will divide. Now in 3.2 hours, now see, in 1 hour if it cover 425 by 5 kilometer, so in 3.2 hours it will covers more than this, because here time also increases from 1 hour to 3.2 hours. So if time increases, the distance will also increase. Increase means multiply. So 425 by 5 into 3.2 hours. So omit the decimal, that means by 10. Now reduce. (17 into 16 kilometer). So 17 into 16, just multiply in your rough space. (272 kilometer). 272 kilometer. That means in 3.2 hours it will cover 272 kilometer. Therefore write in 3.2 hours it will cover 272 kilometer. That is the answer. Clear? Next, question number 10. Question number 10. Question number 10 says, if it has rained 276 centimeter in the last 3 days, how many centimeter of rain will fall in 1 week? 1 week means 7 days. That means it says in 3 days it has rained 276 centimeter. So in 7 days, how many centimeter will rain fall? Because 1 week means 7 days. So here we will write first that 1 week means 7 days. 1 week means 7 days. Now in 3 days 276 centimeter rain fall. So we will calculate first in 1 day how many centimeter rainfall there, and then we will calculate in 7 days. Clear? So in 3 days rainfall equal to 276 centimeter. Therefore in 1 day rainfall will decrease, because if 3 days it has rained 276 centimeters, so in 1 day number of days decreases, so rainfall will also decrease. Now we have to calculate in 7 days. So in 7 days obviously the rainfall will increase, because if 1 day it has rained 276 by 3 centimeters, so in 7 days, that means the number of days increases from 1 to 7, so rainfall will also increase. So increase means multiply. Now reduce. (644 centimeter). So in 1 week 644 centimeter rain will fall. That means in 1 week 644 centimeter rain will fall. That is the answer. 644 centimeter is the answer. Next, last question. Question number 12. Question number 12. Question number 12 says, Rohit buys 10 pens, all of one brand, for rupees 150, and Manoj buys 14 pens of some other brand for rupees 168. Who bought the pens cheaper? That means there are two friends, Rohit and Manoj, and they both buys pens. Rohit buys 10 pens for rupees 150, and Manoj, his friend, buys 14 pens of some other brand for rupees 168. Now the question is, who bought the pens cheaper? So in this type of question, if you want to find out that who bought the pens cheaper, first you will calculate the cost of one pen. Cost of one pen. That means you will first find that in 1 rupees how many pens Rohit can buy, and also in 1 rupee how many pens Manoj can buy. Then we will decide who bought the pens cheaper. That means we have to find the cost of one pen first, or price of one pen first, for Rohit and also for Manoj also. Then we will see who bought the pens cheaper. So in case of Rohit, he buys 10 pence for rupees 150. So Rohit buys 10 pence for rupees 150. Rohit buys 10 pence for rupees 150. That means Rohit buys 1 pen. That means if he buys 10 pence for rupees 150, that means cost of 10 pen is rupees 150. So cost of 1 pen will be less than 150 because number of pen decreases from 10 to 1. Initially Rohit buys 10 pens. Now he want to buy 1 pen. That means the amount or the price will be less than 150. So if it is less than 150, that means it will divide because number of pens decreases from 10 to 1. So price will also decrease. So 10 pen will cost him rupees, 1 pen will cost him rupees 15. 1 pen will cost him rupees 15. Now the same case we will do in Manoj. Now Manoj buys 14 pence for rupees 168. So same case, Manoj buys 1 pen for, so initially Manoj buys 14 pens for rupees 168. Now he want to buy 1 pen. So number of pen decreases, so price will also decrease. That means it will be rupees 168 divided by 14. This is rupees here. So now reduce. 2 7s are 14, 7 12s are 84, rupees 12. Now see, Manoj buys 1 pen for rupees 50 for rupees 12 and Rohit buys 1 pen for rupees 15. That means Rohit buys 1 pen for rupees 15 and Manoj buys 1 pen for rupees 12. That means Manoj bought the pens cheaper because Manoj buys 1 pen for rupees 12. So he buys or he bought the pens cheaper. Now the answer is Manoj bought the pens cheaper. Clear? So that's the answer. Clear? So question number 12 is also complete, and with this your first exercise of unitary method chapter is complete. Clear? In the next session we will solve the next exercise, the last exercise, and the chapter will complete. Clear? Thank you.